Hello, and thank you once again for tuning in to the 30-day mental diet. Today, we are studying day number 9. That's number 9 on the 30-day mental diet, and I would like to commend everybody for following along so far. Today's lesson is called How to Remove Limitations. And the subheading says, life does not limit you. So as usual, let us go right in to the introduction of this lesson and let us analyze what is being said here. By definition, the universe is limitless and as such must contain infinite possibilities. Within the bounds of law, physics, and spiritual, it appears that there are no restrictions on the purposeful creative activity of man. Everything that has happened, everything that can happen, must of necessity flow from some activity of infinite intelligence. So right here, we go right into the lesson, and we know that God is an infinite thinker. He has infinite intelligence. And because God is infinite, so is the universe that we live in. There is no limitations in the universe. Now, if there's no limitations in the universe, that means the statement that nothing shall be impossible to you has to be a true statement. If you believe, nothing will be impossible to you. If we can get our thinking right, nothing can be impossible to you because the universe is unlimited. Let's go to the next paragraph. Self-limitation. Although you are part of and immersed in that which is infinite, you limit your experience of this terrific potential through self-limitation. As you limit your ideas of what it is and what it can do, you automatically restrict what it can be for you. Now, I wrote in my book on the side, when I read that statement, you are part of and immersed in that which is infinite. We are part of God. We are immersed in the Spirit of God, and the Spirit of God is infinite. In Him we live and move and have our being, in the infinite mind, infinite Spirit of God. Let's move the same paragraph. As you limit your ideas of what it is, what it can do, you automatically restrict what it can be for you. So, interesting statement there. If we restrict our ideas, we restrict the possibilities, the way we think, we automatically limit God. We automatically limit the infinite. I read a book once and it talks about God being put in a box. It said anytime you say this is of God and this is not of God, and God can only be here and not there, God can only do this and not that, what you have done is limited God and put God in a box. There is nothing impossible to God, and in God we live and move and have our being. So in order for us to do great things on this realm of physical reality, we must first have to unlimit our thinking, because everything comes from the spiritual. First cause is spiritual. First cause is thinking. And as we think, we learned before, we create a mold. Our pattern of thinking creates a mold that solidifies on the physical plane. So the first place we must go to remove limitations in our physical world is remove the mental limitations we have put on our own mind. And God will not remove it for us because God has given us free will. So God has given us the free will to look and to think and to say, cast out certain things, say, oh no, this is not for me and this is for me. So he will not impose this on you. The Spirit will not impose this. It will not coerce you into thinking right. Thinking right has to come from a self-reflection within yourself. Remove the limitations. Think about anything that's in your life that you are lacking. Now go back to the spiritual cause and ask God when you pray and you meditate to help you to remove those limited thoughts that are preventing the manifestation in your physical world. Okay, let's go down. We are at the paragraph that says free thinking. In thinking of any form of abundance in any respect, do not think in terms of tangible manifestations of it, but rather of the spiritual cause, the idea, the law according to which it becomes manifest. This is important here, an important thought that we were just talking about. When we're thinking of abundance in our life, whatever it is, the abundance we want an abundance of love. Maybe we lack a mate or a spouse, whatever it is. Maybe we want abundance in the area of finances. Maybe we want abundance in another area in fame. Whatever it is, we want abundance in our life. Think first about the spiritual cause. We just went over this. Think first on the spiritual cause. Don't think on the tangible manifestation, because this tangible manifestation is the mold, is created from the patterns of our thoughts. We are building every single day our world through our pattern of thinking. Let's move forward. I'm at examine yourself. I'm in the middle of the paragraph, okay? It does no good to complain about any lack. That only increases it. We'll stop there for a second. And let's think about that. When we complain about lack, we are saying an affirmation. When we complain about lack, we are affirming lack, and lack will increase in your life. If you read in the Bible, there's places where in the Bible where it says, let the weak say I am strong. Let the poor say I am rich. Why? Because God is showing you the template that in order for you to move from weakness to strength, you must affirm strength. If you are going to move from lack to abundance, you must affirm abundance. If you continue to affirm lack, the word will become flesh to you. So it's important. I just put that as one sentence, and you should write this down somewhere and remind yourself constantly. It does no good to complain about any lack. That only increases it. When your eyes and your senses are deluded by the apparent circumstances of evil, turn away. Lift your thoughts to the perfection and the abundance and the love of God. This is important. This is an affirmation that I say. So whenever I see something in my world that I don't like, and I feel oh, I don't like this. I don't like the situation. I have to remind myself to turn away and go back into my creative faculties of mind and now create in my mind, in my visualization, the opposite of what I'm experiencing right now. And if I'm having trouble, if we are having trouble to visualize the opposite of what we want, then it's important for you to write it down and affirm it and let the word drive into your subconscious mind the picture that you want. This is one of the reasons why most wealthy people, most successful people will tell you the first thing you should do is write down your goals and read your goals every day. Because once you write your goals and read it down, you are affirming back the word into your subconscious mind. And that will help you to be able to picture and visualize the outcome that you would like to see. Okay, at the bottom of the same paragraph, you measure your abundance by the pattern of your thinking. Very, very, very important. Okay, now, better ideas. Fundamental to your experience of more abundance is the development of your concept of what God is. God is the source of and is all creation. Let's say that. Let me read that again for you because I want you to get this, okay? We've said this before. God is the source and is all creation. In him we live and move and have our being. Don't limit God, in whom rest all possibilities. Thought in the mind of God, or your mind, is the prime creative factor. Wow. So let's think about how we've been thinking. Let's think about the thoughts that we entertain. Let's think about the media that we entertain, because that media is programming, and it's programming your mind to think in a certain way. You today have a choice in the 30-day mental diet to choose your own programming. That's basically what we're doing on this 30-day mental diet. Just like a physical diet of food, when we choose the foods that we put in our body to get a certain results, with this 30-day mental diet, you are choosing to build your world. You are choosing to build your world because you are choosing the thoughts that are coming into your mind. Okay, let's go down, same paragraph, better ideas. Thought itself can know no bounds. So you are confronted with a universe which is limitless, and with thought, the creative factor, which has no limits. There's no limits on your thoughts. Do not let anyone limit your thoughts. Do not ever let anyone tell you that this cannot be done. That person has a very small vision of God then, because with God, all things are possible. Do not limit your thought, expand your thoughts. And as you expand your thought, the Spirit will help you to reach the goal that you're looking for. Same paragraph, let's go. If there is not enough abundance in your experience, you are using your thought to limit what the universe can be to you. You are refusing to let your thinking expand, to include and accept the increased good of which you have need. Here we are. We're right back where we were before in the beginning. It's your thoughts. And I want to be redundant over and over that it is your thoughts. And the great thing is that you can choose your thoughts. And as we participate in the 30-day mental diet, I hope that you have decided to turn off all media, right now we're going through, we're still in this pandemic, and I know a lot of people sit for hours and hours. They say they're not watching the news, but they're still listening to the news in the background. And that background news and the news feed that's going across the bottom of the screen is feeding your subconscious, your mind. It is feeding fear into your heart and into your mind. And this is why a lot of people are petrified to come near their own relatives. They won't hug their own children and grandchildren. Some people won't even step outside their house at this point, because they have allowed fear to rule their life. So they have been programming themselves over a year now with fear through the media. And the fear has taken over their mind and has programmed them to be fearful of anything. You have a choice. Reprogram your mind. And I'm going to reiterate that over and over here during this 30-day mental diet. You are in control of your mind, no one else. Okay. Expand your thinking. A greater experience of anything first requires an awareness that the possibility is available to you, and then a desire and willingness to accept it. So that's very good. We spoke about a few lessons ago about a man having a bank account with millions of dollars in it, but he's not aware that he has this account. You have to be first aware that anything is possible to you, and all possibilities are available to you. And once you realize that all possibilities are available to you, then you must have the desire and willingness to accept that idea. Once you get rid of all thoughts to the contrary of that, then you can move forward towards your goals in life and your dreams and your visions without fear, because you know it is not you, but it is God that's working in you to do his good pleasure. Okay, do something about it. This is the last paragraph. Know that it is yours, it can be yours. And as you declare and accept that it is yours and act as though it were yours now, the creativeness of the law of mind in action has no choice but to do it for you. Here it is. Will Skinner gives this formula. You can pretty much condense this whole lesson into this one statement. Know that whatever you want can be yours. And as you declare with your mouth and accept it, that it can be yours. So you must declare in your mouth, with your mouth, and accept in your mind and your heart that yes, this can be mine. What's going to happen is the creative law of God, it is going to move and produce that thing for you. But it all first starts with your mind. We must program our mind to serve us, or other people will program our minds to serve them. Let us move down. I'm reading right here Erwin Schrödinger. I'm reading here the philosophy section. I am the person, if any, who controls the motions of the atoms. Wow. I didn't read the whole quote there, but you can see it there on your screen. You are the person that controls the motions of the atoms through your thoughts, through your words. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. John 1, 1 through 3. Wonderful text there. Let us read the diet together. And like I said before, take notes, write it in your journal, write in your affirmations, anything that jumps off this page that you need to accept and to drive into your subconscious mind to change your world. So let us read this diet together with some passion, okay? I know that there is nothing in a limitless universe that bars me from a greater experience of good. I recognize that there is no limit to my good, and I place no restrictions on the amount I may accept and use. Wherever there seems to be a lack of any kind, this void is now filled with all that is needed to supply an overflowing abundance. An abundance of all good things fills every phase of my living. In my mental and physical acceptance of it, I deprive no one. Although my good may come to me through human channels, it is the creative activity of God that provides it. I recognize myself for what I am, an expression of God, and I know that as I turn to him, all that he has is available to me for the accepting. I refuse to let my situation or thought limit my greater experience of good. I am free of all shackles of limitations and partake of the abundance of the universe, which can and does fill my every need. I open my mind, encompass the greatest good I can possibly conceive, and without a question of doubt, accept and act as if it were mine now. God does not rest. God does the rest. I'm sorry. So, this is beautiful affirmation. Beautiful. It says, without a question of doubt, I accept and act as if it were mine now, and God does the rest. So like some people may say, fake it till you make it. It's saying act as if it is yours now, and God will do the rest. That is a beautiful, beautiful affirmation, and I'm going to write that down for myself. Okay, the capsule supplement. Today, I live the abundant life, mentally and emotionally. I know that the action of infinite intelligence now creates in my experience those things which corresponds to my conviction that my every good need is fulfilled. Thank you so much for taking your time out for day 9 of the 30-day mental diet. I look forward to hearing your comments below. And if you like this information, please give us a thumbs up. And we'd like to hear from you. So read it. You can read it down in the bio below, all information that we have. And we will see you again tomorrow on the 30-day mental diet.